Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to go through a new purchase, and that is my Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Natural Foundation Hydration on Longwear. So that's the product. I did and I will link to that video up there somewhere. I did get a sample last week and I discussed with you how I'd noted on another YouTuber's channel that I didn't feel she was giving it a fair review. So I thought, well, I asked my local sales associate if she would give me a sample to try. As it turns out, this little tiny sachet contained 3 uses. So what I did was I wore it for 3 days in work. It was really hot last week. We're having some kind of mini heat wave in the UK at the moment, and I think it's just about to come to an end and it'll be winter. So when I wore it, I really did give it a good test. The first day I wore it with my trusty LeBlanc from Chanel, and that is a universal illuminating base. So I did that and sort of put it here in the center. I always put the primer in the center part of my face. The second time I wore it, I used the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, and now you only need a tiny bit of this for the whole of your face, for the T-zone, and I found that gave my foundation lovely finish. And then the third and final time I used it, the day I used it, I used no primer. So I got three days of using 2 different primers and no primer. And then I also I did put a do a get ready with me, but of course usual malfunctions with not with my camera, with my phone camera. So unfortunately it's all on my face now, but I will say, so I have the foundation on today, so I'll give you a look at that. And I've also got I had my mascara on already. I'm going to discuss that in the next video. I did use my trusty Marc Jacobs Face 3 brush, so that's lovely. It's great for packing on the product and just evenly, it literally diffuses it out and blends it in within seconds. I noted that the said YouTuber that was complaining about it was saying hairbrush left brush marks on her face. Well, the Face 3 brush, I've not noted any facial brush strokes on my face, but it is super tightly packed and lovely soft brush. It really does diffuse it in well. I do not use a beauty blender anyway, but I wouldn't use a beauty blender with this foundation because it is meant to be light to medium where coverage you can build on it as well, and I just find the light coverage, especially on a hot day, is really ample. I will say also that and what am I going to say, she didn't set her face with a powder, which I think's a little bit unfair because most people will wear a powder when they're using any kind of dewy foundation, moisturising foundation, and especially if you've got more maturing skin, because it will tend to sit into the marionette lines and any lines anywhere around your face and down here. So I find that if I don't set with a powder, the foundation tends to gather into the lines. So again, I just felt she hadn't done a fair view of it. So, and she only wore the product once as well and gave it, for some reason, a full review. Well, one word does not make a full review when it comes to foundation, in my opinion anyway. So, like I say, I did say in the previous video, if I liked the foundation, you would see me on the next video, which is now with the bottle. So here it is. I've got B20. It comes in 35 shades. The shades have 3 tones, so they have neutral, which is B, which I've got B20. That suits my skin tone perfectly. Oh, sorry. I will say, nearly dropped it. I will say as well that when this is a configuration of one they had before called Beiges. They released it about 4 or 5 years ago. It was more of a matte finish. Now, when I got a sample of that, I found the matte finish did not do much for my skin, for my complexion at all, so I didn't buy it. I also found that B20, which is the B20 in this, that colour was just too pale on my skin, and when I tried the B30 it was too dark. Well, now they've got 35 shades, and they come in 3 tones, so like I say, B neutral, BD, which is warm, and BR rosy, which is cool. So you've got more of a tone, not only a shade range but a tone range now you can pick from. And like I say, I'm determined to drop this on it. It comes in oh, and I've just made a right mess of it. Let me just get my brush and take that off. What's happened there? Right, it comes, in fact I might put that on the back of my hand just so I can show you the difference with the pump. Now, I don't mind a pump because I find that, sorry, I've really made a mess of it. It comes with a pump. 1 pump of it is plenty for the whole skin. I don't know, it looks like it's leaked out a bit there. I hope it's not leaking. There's a bit in the cap. Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? It has the double C on it in beige to show the actual tone of it. And if I just put it on the back of my hand, if you can see, that's the one with the foundation on. It's very dewy. It's got the beautiful, which I love, the beautiful typical Chanel smell on, fragrance on it. It is, it does set down quite dewy, as I said, but I set it down with my Dior loose powder. I've got the pink rosy loose powder there, and I set down my T-zone with it. And then what I did after that, so you know, I then popped my terracotta nude, which is the new one they released this summer. I'll show you that, and it's part of the permanent line as well. And I'll show you that. It's absolutely stunning, this powder, really beautiful. I'll do a quick swatch of that for you. And like I say, you just get a big fluffy brush and put it over your entire face, and it just diffuses all the colour out well, really well. It gives you a lovely glow to the skin as well. So I'll pop that all over my skin as well. And then I also done the Bronze Duo, which came out a couple of Christmases ago. Chanel. Sorry, it's a bit of a mess. You get your little brush with it as well. And I use the bronze side of it only. Right, and then I pop that over on my cheeks. And then to finish off, I did... Now, Dior are bringing out some new glow face palettes, backstage palettes. They brought 3 new shades out. They haven't released them yet in Boots over here, so I might buy them on the website, I'll see. But I've got the 001 Universal, and I've also got the contour palette, so it looks like that. You get your 4 shades there if you want to stop and read them. And I used the pink one on my cheeks, and then this gold highlighter on the tops of my cheekbones to finish the look. I then used my nude Dior, only because I couldn't find my Chanel nude, peachy nude one, Dior Greige nude lip pencil, which I love, by the way. That goes with most colours. And my trusty, my favourite colour at the moment from Chanel in the Rouge Coco Flash, which is 132 Flushed. I did want to buy a backup of this, so I didn't. I've got a mirror on me. I did buy a backup of this. I did want to buy, sorry, a backup of this. However, they've not released any of this collection in this fall collection in the UK in stores, and it's all sold out online, so I don't know what's going on there. Now, I wanted to talk to you about another thing about the Le Beige foundation, and that is, I just want to check, yeah, it hasn't done it again. I was thinking there was something wrong with my pump there. And compare it, because this YouTuber compared it with another favourite of mine, the Estee Lauder Hydra Rescue. So this one is the Futurist Hydra Rescue Moisturising Foundation. It's got 16-hour wear. The Chanel Le Beige has 12-hour wear. So I wanted to talk about this because this has been I've got shade 2N1 if you're interested. I've been using this pretty much throughout the summer. I bought it at the beginning of lockdown. Still, it's got 35 mils of product in it. Again, it's got, sorry, it's a mess, but it's got a pump on it as well. And comes in this tube. You still have to shake it up. This one does have an SPF. Just to let you know, Le Beige by Chanel doesn't. But some people say the SPF irritates the skin, so Chanel haven't put it in, which... So if you find your skin is irritated easily, see, I'm determined to drop it, aren't I? Your skin's irritated easily, you're better off with the Chanel Le Beige one. I will also say the Estee Lauder one. Now, when I'm wearing the Estee Lauder one, I don't find it does have 16-hour wear. Even though I set it down with the powder, it still wears off all down my T-zone, and I would say within 3 to 4 hours it'll do that. It will stay around the outer perimeter of my face, but then all foundations do on me. It tends to be, because I'm slightly oilier due through the T-zone, it tends to be where a foundation will wear off for me. So I wouldn't really class this as 16-hour wear. I will say it sits slightly, ever so slightly, ever tiny bit slightly heavier on my skin as well compared to the Chanel one. The Chanel, I put one pump all over my face and it's enough to cover minor blemishes, and then I'll use a concealer around my eyes and around my nose, and any sort of soft blemishes I'll cover as well. So I won't use the foundation to be a complete mask on my face. I don't like that. Estee Lauder as well is a bit like that. However, I just feel it sits slightly heavier on the skin. So if I want to feel like I've hardly got any, or I've got no foundation on, this is the best one as well. For me anyway, personally. Anything else I can say? I would say, I would still repurchase my Estee Lauder one. I do really like it. However, I think Chanel is going to become my new favourite. I know it is. I did wear it on I wore the sachet on 3 separate occasions. So I wore it with the LeBlanc on the first day. I don't know whether I've done this in another video. I've filmed it that many times. So if I've just mentioned it before, I'm sorry. Yeah, I used this on the first day, so I put that through my T-zone. It helps for the foundation to stay in place. The second day I used my Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, and I found that one, you only need a very tiny bit of this one, and it really did give a lovely silky finish to the foundation, the Le Beige. So I would say, if I'm going to compare this with the primer, this is my perfect combination. And then the third day I wore it with no primer at all. I just set down with the powder. Now, I will set down with the powder because I'm not having foundation sitting in my lines. I mean, I do not use Botox. Yes, I don't use Botox, and I don't see myself anytime soon using Botox, so I will have lines on my face. And like I say, it retails £40. You get 30 mils of product, but I feel I use more of that, even though there's 35 mils in it. I use a pump and a half of that, and I only use a pump of that. Don't ask me why. I think this just doesn't spread out as evenly. It tends not to spread out as much and sits a bit thicker on the skin. That one just beautiful, it blends out beautifully. So if you really love a light coverage, this is for you. I'm so impressed with this, and I did wear it on really hot sunny days for those 3 days. It did start to wear slightly around my nose, I will say that. By the end of my, I'd say 10 hours, it was wearing off around the nose. It also got a bit dewy down the centre. However, like, if you take a powder with you to work and touch up, I must admit I don't, because I work in a kitchen. It's sort of not really something I can do. So but if I did, it would probably sit well all day, and there was plenty of foundation still on my skin when it come to cleaning it off when I got home at night, and that would be actually 14 hours, yeah, 13 hours later. So I would say 12 hours is really, it's really doing its job. So that's just my thoughts on the foundation. I will link above, like I said, to the other video I did on it, and you can, I'll tell you all about that on that video. And also my next video, I'm going to discuss these eyes and the mascaras I'm using. So thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, or please at least give me a like. That would really help me out. Thanks so much for watching, and if I can get this off, bye for now.